Okay, welcome to another video for O-level math algebra. This video is about algebra word problems, and I right now have in front of me word problems from paper one, which is a no calculator paper. Although these word problems are not that common on paper one, yet there are a few in the past papers that you should know. So I will just be solving them in front of you so that you get a hang of it. Let's start solving. It says a stone is thrown vertically upwards from the ground so that its height above the ground after t seconds is this. Show that the values of t when stone is 15 meters above the ground. So if that is the expression for the height, can I say that h equals to 20t minus 5t square, and then it's telling you that this is basically 15. And I want to show you that this simplifies to the expression given in the question. So let's bring everything to one side. I see that I have 5 common in the terms. So 5 common means t square minus 4t plus 3. 5 goes to the other side and gets divided, and that makes it 0 divided by 5 equals to 0. So I'm just going to remove that. And I have the expression in front of me. So that's one mark. Then it says find the values of t when the stone is 15 meters above the ground. So I've just solved 15 meters. What I need to do is I need to solve this equation further. So I will factorize this. I need to look for factors of 3. That's just 1 into 3. So I need to arrange them in such a way that I get minus 4. So I'm going to say minus 3t minus 1t plus 3 equals to 0. So the first two have t common. The other two have minus 1 as a common because I need to make the brackets identical. So I have the brackets identical now by taking minus 1 common. So I get t minus 3 and t minus 1 equals to 0. So either this equals to 0 or that equals to 0. So t is equals to 3 and t equals to 1. So 1 and 3. Find the values of t when the stone hits the ground. So it's going to hit the ground when the height is 0. So I'm going to again pick up the expression that I had at the start, and I'm going to put in height as 0. Now this is a simpler expression. Why? Because it doesn't have that third term, so I don't need to break the middle term. The first thing that I see is what is common, and what I see is 5t is common, so I get 4 minus t equals to 0. So either 5t equals to 0 or 4 minus t equals to 0. So I get t equals to 4 and t equals to 0. So that gives me my answer, that it was at the ground at 0 and then it hits the ground at 4 because it's saying hitting the ground, so it's 4. Moving on to question number 2. It says the diagram shows a rectangle with length 2x plus 3 and width this. The area of the rectangle is 12 centimeters square. Form an equation in x and show that it reduces to 2x squared plus x minus 15. Okay, so I think that is simple too. So the area of the rectangle is length into width. So let's first write that. Length is 2x plus 3. The width is x minus 1. And the area is given as 12. Form an equation in x and show that it reduces to this. So I'm going to say that 2x plus 3, x minus 1. How do I multiply that? I take the first term and I will expand the brackets that I usually do. I'm going to do it step by step for you. And I'm going to write 2x squared minus 2x plus 3x minus 3 equals to 12. Let's see if we get our desired answer. 2x squared plus x minus 3 minus 12. So that gives me 2x squared plus x minus 15. Now part B, that was part A. Part B says solve this equation. So I know that I need factors for 15. So I'm going, not 15, sorry, 30. So I'm going to say 1 into 30, 2 into 15, 3 into 10, 5 into 6, and 2x square plus 6x minus 5x. That gives me a plus x in the middle. Okay, and when I multiply 6 and minus 5, I get 30. So what is common in the first two? It's 2x, so x plus 3 minus 5 bracket x plus 3. So x plus 3 into 2x minus 5. It's equals to 0. So either this equals to 0 or that equals to 0. X equals to minus 3, 2x equals to 5, and x equals to 5 over 2. Those are the two values of x. Then part C says find the perimeter. Now I can't find two perimeters, so I will have to choose which value of x to consider. Obviously, when I take a minus 3, this also becomes negative, which is sort of weird because a rectangle cannot have a negative width or a negative length for that matter. So I'm just going to use 5 over 2 and try to find out the perimeter. The perimeter is 2 times length plus width. So I'm going to do what? I'm going to add them up first through x plus 3 plus x minus 1. So that becomes easier to plug in the numbers. I get 3. Um, yeah, okay. I can't use a calculator because this is a no calculator section. So 2 times 15 over 2 plus 2. Let's multiply that, multiply by 2. That gives me 30 over 2 and plus 4. I get 15 plus 4, which is 19. Okay, moving on to the next question. This is a car travels 144 in kilometers per hour in 8 hours. Okay, so that's distance, and that seems like time. Okay, you will often see a lot of distance time questions in algebra word problems. So let's see this. Write down in its simplest form an expression in terms of h for its speed in meters per second. Okay, so speed in meter per second per second. There are two ways of doing that. I could first calculate the speed, or I could first convert them into meters and seconds, and then write down an expression for speed, which is distance upon time. I think the second one is idea is easier, that I first convert them into meters and seconds. So distance is 144 into 1000. Why? Because 1 kilometer is 1000 meters. So 144,000. Time is 8 hours. I multiplied by 60 to convert it into minutes, and then another 60 to convert it into seconds. So that's 3600 H. Okay. Then write down an expression for the average speed in its simplest form. Okay. So speed equals to distance upon time. I'm going to write distance is 144,000 over 3600 H. Let's cancel the zeros first. And I know that 12 times 12 is 144, so 120. And 12 times 3 is 36. 3 times 1 and 3 times 40. 40 over h, 40 over h is my expression for the first term. Okay, since I don't have a calculator, I need to do this manually. Solve the equation. I think that's simple. Let's start writing down. 3 into 2x is 6x minus 21 equals to 6 minus 8 plus 4x. So I get 6x minus 4x equals to minus 2 plus 21. 2x equals to 19. X equals to 19 over 2. Since there's no restriction, I can just write 19 over 2. And that's an absolutely fine answer. Moving on to the next one. It says a group of 15 adults and 12 children are going on a coach to a concert. The tickets for the coach cost $A for each adult and $C for each child. The total cost of for the coach tickets is $324. Show that 5A plus 4C equals to 108. Okay, so 15 is the number of adults and each ticket cost A. So I'm going to say that the total cost of the tickets was 15 into A, which is 15A. But there were also children. How many children? 12, and each of the tickets cost C, so 12 into C gives me 12C. What is the total cost? It's 324. Let's see if we can find something that we are able to take common and reduce this. And I think I can take a 5 common. No, sorry, a 3 common. So that would give me 5A plus 4C equals to 324. 5A plus 4C equals to 324 divided by 3. Now in cases like this, it's obvious that it's going to reduce, but even if you don't know, how do you check if a number is divisible by 3? You add the digits together and see. So 3 plus 2 is 5, 5 plus 4 is 9. Is 9 divisible by 3? Yes, it's divisible by 3, therefore 324 is also divisible by 3. So 3 times 1, 1. You carry a 0 because you don't have another number, and 24 is 8. So 324. This is what has happened at the back if I were to show you these calculations. So 3 times 1 is 3. Now, since all of this cancels out and I borrow down a 2, I cannot divide 2 by 3. So I put a 0 and I bring another number down then. So whenever you're bringing two numbers down together and you're dividing by a single digit, then you need to put a 0 there. So 3 times 8 is then 24. Okay, so 5A plus 4C equals to 108. C. Okay, sorry, this was A. Part B. It says for a different group of two adults and three children, the ticket costs 53. They've already told you. And they've constructed an equation here as well. It's saying solve the simultaneous equation. Now your task is to solve. Now your it depends completely upon you whether you want to eliminate A or B or use substitution to solve this. I think I'm going to eliminate. I'm going to multiply the entire first expression by 2 and this by 5 so that I'm able to eliminate A out of this, because 10A plus 8C equals to 216. 108 multiplied by 2 is 216. And this is 10A again plus 15C equals to 5 times 53. Let's quickly do that. 5 times 3 is 15. 5 is 25 and 26. I'm going to get 265. I need to eliminate, so I'm going to subtract them. So 8C minus 15C gives me minus 7C, and 216 minus 265. Okay, so that I will have to do manually. That's 9. 5 times minus 1 is 4 and 0, so I get 49 with a negative sign. So C equals to 7. Okay, and then let's find out A. I can use any of the equations. I'll use this second one that I have. So you see, the only thing that's challenging in this question is calculating all these numbers. So 3 times 7, 2A plus 21 equals to 53. 2A equals to 53 minus 21, 32. A equals to 16. Find the cost for 4 adults and 5 children. So I'm going to say 4 into 16 plus 5 into 7. 4 into 16 is 64, I think. That's 4 cubed basically, and 35. But 64 plus 35, it's 99. I think that's the correct answer. Yes, that is indeed the correct answer. That brings me to the end of the worksheet. I told you that there are a few questions on paper 1 for algebra word problems. I'll be back with another video for paper 2, which are a lot of questions, and they are more complicated as well at times. So we'll look at that in a separate video. Thank you for watching. If you have questions, please ask them in the comments, and make sure to like and subscribe for more videos. Thank you.